Welcome to my 5th country tour as I explore the tiny island of Aruba. 69.5 square miles in total, which is approximately half the size of my hometown of Philadelphia. Aruba is known for its white sand beaches, clear waters, and its ethnically diverse population, where most natives are fluent in 4 languages. I visited Aruba in March, where the weather was 80 to 90 degrees and sunny every day. Since it's just outside of Hurricane Alley, this is quite common year-round in Aruba, and I thought it would be a great idea to rent a bike and travel around the island for the length of my trip. I quickly learned that biking around a tiny desert island where wind hits you in every direction and there are many steep inclines is not the optimum way to travel around Aruba, so I highly advise against it. That said, after securing my bike rental for my 4-day stay, I started my journey in the downtown capital city of Oranjestad. Aruba is certainly one of the most tourist-friendly Caribbean islands, especially to American tourists, as the place was flooded with Americans. As mentioned earlier, biking became sort of a chore throughout my stay, but luckily I was rewarded with lots of cool outdoorsy things to see when I got to my destinations. My first trek across the desert led me to these rock formations known as ALOE. This was my first of 2 rock formations that Aruba has to offer that are well worth the visit. There are steps and well-paved paths that go through the rocks that provide remarkable views in and around the campus, and you can also climb on top of some of these rocks. These unusual boulders are a geological wonder, and you can even find petroglyphs on these rocks, which are carved paintings that were put there by early settlers on the island. Based on the location of my Airbnb and the proximity to Aruba National Park, I decided that would be my next stop. So I'm here at the Aruba Park Visitor Center after riding miles in the hot Aruba sun. So it's quite a workout. Definitely make sure to pack plenty of water if you plan to bike, and get a bike that can handle dirt roads because it can get pretty strenuous and exhausting. We're about to take a 3-mile trek to the first cave, see how we feel, and then turn back around if it's too much. And indeed, it did feel like it was starting to become too much. I had already biked many hours in the hot sun, and I still had 3 miles to go to get to my first cave destination here in Aruba National Park. Luckily, on my way out of the park, I was rescued by a local in a pickup truck who offered to take me and my bike home. But in the meantime, let's enjoy some beautiful coastal views here in Aruba National Park. Aruba is home to deserted beaches, rocky caves, and beautiful wildlife. There are many ways to get to the national park, many different tours and activities you can do, such as UTV tours, cliff jumping, going into a natural cave pool, and even snorkeling. Or you can do what I did and just bike to the different caves and walk around. And this hole in the ceiling that allows the sun to shine through naturally is one of the most photogenic spots in all of Aruba. You can find it in the Quadriki Cave, which is one of the further caves of Aruba National Park, and my last stop before turning around. Another popular stop in Aruba is the Aruba ALOE Factory Museum and Store, which is exactly that. It's an ALOE factory, museum, and a store, along with a farm. Founded in 1890, it claims to be the oldest ALOE company in the world, and it holds complimentary tours every 15 minutes. As this was my final day in Aruba, I quickly moved on to my next destination. Another hot day in the sun with steep inclines and dirt paths on my bicycle finally led me to the second rock formation. Casabari actually has 2 rock formations. These rocks were also very well paved and tourist friendly, but with many more steps, so you can enjoy the views of the surrounding region. My suggestion with these rocks is that if you're going to visit one, then you might as well visit the other. And most of the tours are likely going to visit both since they're minutes apart. My next stop was a visit to the ALTO VISTA Chapel, a tiny Catholic church that was erected in 1952 that sits on the Aruba coastline. The chapel sits on the site of the original Catholic church, the first of Aruba that was built in 1750 by a Spanish missionary, and is surrounded by a peaceful labyrinth. On my final day in Aruba, I decided to climb Hooiberg, which is a granite mountain with 900 steps. Personally, I think Hooiberg is a must-see destination. The thing that makes it unique is because of Aruba's tiny size and this mountain's central location, you can actually see the entire island of Aruba with 360-degree views. In every direction you look, you will see the Aruba coastline meeting the Atlantic Ocean, and it's a beautiful sight. Overall, after 4 days in Aruba, I can understand why it's such a popular tourist destination with its amazing weather, beautiful beaches, and wonderful locals. I really hope you enjoyed my video. I appreciate your time, and I look forward to seeing you guys on my next adventure.